I want to.
So go live. Hopefully this works. All right, hopefully this shares it out. All right. Hi, friends. All right, so we are live on my YouTube page where we are going to move over to like talk about, GLP-1 content. I usually start the live on TikTok and on YouTube at the same time, and you guys can come and join me over on YouTube if you want to talk all things GLP-1. I know a lot of people are not fond of it, but this is what's going to pretty much happen after Friday. There's just new rules and they want us to abide by the rules. So in order to abide by the rules, we are moving over to the to the YouTube app. I didn't mean to put that picture up. Let me see if I can find the pink thing that I made. All right. So this is my little YouTube account thing. If you want to come look for me over there, I'm over there right now. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, everyone. I know everybody's just kind of like coming in. It's going to take a minute. I set up something, so hopefully it'll work. No, that sucks. So yeah, if you're here and you want to talk, about the glow ups, go here. Go here, come over there. We can chat. It's a safe space where we can pretty much talk about all these things at once and not feel muted. So I'm going to be on the TikTok app for like another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to hop on over to the other space because that's just where I feel comfortable at. So hi, Evelyn. Hi, niece. How are you guys? So you just go and you find my name there, and that's where we live at now. So there are 4 people so far on the other app. You're welcome to come over, subscribe, follow. It's totally free, but it's just more peaceful. Like we can say the things we want to say without being censored. Hi, Anne Marie. How are you? Hi, everyone. Temporary, but yeah, it's a start. That's where you start at. They start getting you, and once they get you, they get you. Hi, everyone on TikTok. Hi, everyone on YouTube. We have like 2 more minutes before I end the TikTok stream, and I'm going to move straight over to just talking on YouTube because it's just easier to talk on the other app. So this is the information. If you can see the little picture, you just type that name. You can also go to my page and tap the socials. I think you tap the Instagram button and it'll bring you right over. The creator that did the spreadsheet is called Authentically Lori. She is she has that spreadsheet. I just never did it. I forgot to do it. Hi Ron. Hi everyone. How are you guys? Let me know in the comments on the YouTube app if you are here so we can start moving over. We have like 2 more minutes and then I'm going to just end this one and kind of move on over. So if you want to talk all things the glow up journey, the health journey, this is what I am doing to continue to give you this content. I can't give it to you here obviously anymore, so I want to give it to you in a better setting where you are free to express yourself, and it's really nice and free to like be able to talk about whatever we want without being moderated or having to call it potatoes and pound cakes and Z and M. Like you can actually call it by its name. So I want to make sure you have a space and that you still feel the support from me because, this is the reason I started this journey. So if you want to come join me over there, you're welcome to. Let me see how much longer. 1 minute. Hi, Regina. Hi, Anne-Marie. Thank you so much. How are you guys? And I know it's going to take a little bit of time for people to like start coming over and, making that decision. Where do you want to find your favorite creators? This is one avenue. There's a lot of people that are moving over to YT. It's just easier for us. to be able to express ourselves. So Friday is the definite set where the rules are going to be imposed, and a lot of your favorite creators are trying to scramble and figure out where are we going? Where are we going? What choices do we have to make? Carolyn, I'm right here. So if you go to that app up there and you type my name just like it is, you can come find me over here. So how are we doing so far? Let me know in the comments on the Play app. How are we doing on our journey? How much have you lost? What are you taking? How are you feeling? Because I want to know all the things. Carolyn, I'll see you there. I'll see you there. I started the live here so that people will know. A lot of people don't realize that I'm still doing content. It just is not on this page. This page is just so messed up. So I'm taking my content elsewhere. This is what we got to do. But this is how you'll find out if I'm having a live. They're usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you'll know that they are on YT because I'll post something here. So I'm going to get off this app real quick. If you haven't joined me over there, that is the account. I want you to come over and hang out. First dose of Govi today, and I'm totally nauseous. Come over to YouTube and I'll tell you what to do. Like, I'll tell you how to process that. This app is not conducive to talking about these treatment options anymore. And I want you to have a safe space where you won't get yourself in trouble and I won't get in trouble for talking about them. So I'm going to get off this app. Come join me on YT. We're going to do one more live on my backup account because my backup account has more traffic. Hi, Jessica. How are you? So yeah, I want to make sure, like I said, I'm supporting you guys in the best way possible. And it seems like TikTok is not that space anymore. So somebody did come in and told me that Megan got banned today. So Megan is she's one of the girls on the jab. And so this is happening. They're not playing around. They are going to start banning accounts. They are going to start heavily enforcing those rules come Friday. And I think a lot of us are just really scared to lose our entire account or to lose our journey. So we're just trying to figure out where should we go from here. I know Mama Gen Z posted a video today saying that as of Friday, she will be moving her content over here as well. So it's just a shame. It's a shame because we want to help, we want to support, we want to give you responses to what to do if you're not feeling good, and that's just not the space anymore. Hi, Robin. You started Wegovy last week due to shortage. Was on Zepbound for a month and lost 12 pounds. Hoping to get results from Wegovy. Hopefully you do. Make sure you are eating, getting in the proper nutrients. All those things really matter, and a lot of people don't think nutrition has to do a lot with it because they think I need to eat less. But honestly, make sure you're hitting your calories, getting your protein. All those things matter. I don't like Clapper, so I'm gonna be very honest with you. Clapper, I tried it. I was on it, and I'm gonna tell you that the very first day that I did a live, I had somebody leave me a comment and say that um, they were actually sitting there with my screenshot on their phone doing things with it. Um, I I don't know if you understand, Clapper is a totally free app that allows some other behaviors to happen, and you can't control the people that come into your live. So you could turn on the not safe for work setting. However, people can still come in your live that are random characters, completely random. And once they comment, the comment doesn't disappear. You can block the person, but the comment stays there. And I just don't think that I can be on an app where I can ask people, please come see me. And you get hit with content that isn't safe for you either, or that you may not want to see. Like, I don't want you to come to an app that you are logging in and your children are running around and that's one of the first things that pops up, because that isn't pretty much a very open app where you're going to find some things that are a little bit not safe for work and not safe to be around, like after hours content. So I don't want people to say this is the app that Annie brought us to. I want you to find a safe app, and not to say that YouTube is the perfect app. However, it is a little more safer. Like, it just feels a little bit better to me. I started March 26th and have lost 25.2 pounds as of yesterday. I'm so happy that I found you before your voice was taken away, girl. Congratulations on the amazing, amazing weight loss. Did you hear what I just said? Weight loss. I love being able to speak freely. Yes, I have felt the last few weeks. It's been since like pretty much for me, it started the beginning of April where my voice was taken away. I still have issues with my account. They are moderating it as much as they possibly can, where I cannot say anything or it doesn't get posted. Like it's just terrible to like do that to creators who are passionate and who just want to help. But we're gonna adapt. We're gonna evolve and we're gonna adapt. Hi, Robin. Hi, Jessica. So sad they are banning this medication talk. Yes, medication talk, extreme fitness, and bariatric surgery. All those are on the chopping block. Hi, Christy. A lot of creators. Yep. You found me. Hi, Debbie. I'm so sorry to hear about her account. I love lives best, so I'll follow. Yes. So lives, like I said, they're going to be Tuesday, Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on here. It sends you a message, like a little notification 30 minutes before letting you know that I will be going live. I'm also going to set up on my TikTok account that there is a live coming every I'll set it up Monday for Tuesday at 9 p.m. So you can go in and register for the live and it'll send you a notification. I'll still go on live on TikTok for like 2 minutes just to give everybody a warning. Hey, I'm going to go live because I don't know how else to like make it easier to let you know that I'm going to be on live until you get used to it. Hi, Vicky. Clapper is glitchy. It's interesting. It's an interesting app. I don't want anyone to ever feel like, why am I on this app? This is weird. Still on the approval process, praying for approval. Is that with your insurance? I'm not learning a new app, even for great creators. Glad you're here. Yeah, and I feel like YouTube is a pretty open app. You either just going to subscribe, which is free, or hit that little heart button wherever it lives, just basically saying that you like the app, you like the live. And I don't want you to have to like learn a whole new place. I just wanted something easy. I tried Instagram, and Instagram is a little funky for me to learn. There's no pushing out, like people really don't get to see you. And then there's just this whole aesthetics thing with Instagram that like you have to be perfect. And I hear there are some pretty mean people. I haven't met them yet. I think I have had one rude comment, but it's just how do we adapt to the newer changes that are coming? Hi, Lisa. How are you? I got prescribed Zeb yesterday. When's the best time to take the shot? So that's depending on you and what works for your body. For me, I'm a night person. Like I'll take it randomly, like anytime after like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'll be able to sleep pretty well. However, some people do report that if they take it too late at night, they won't be able to sleep. So they might do a morning shot instead. So really depends on you. All right, we're gonna go on here real quick and try to let people know we're on live. Losing is very slow for me on mounjaro. Been on 6 weeks, lost 9 pounds. Are you eating enough? Are you staying hydrated? And then what dose? Found ya. I'm new to the meds. 2 months on sema. Little or no loss. What do I take? I take. Give me one second. Let me mute this other live. I just don't want the algorithm to catch me. So I take mounjaro. I've been on mounjaro for 22 months. I started back in July of 2022. And so every single person is different. Some people lose quick, some people lose slower. It just really depends on the person. But what I would say is, what dosage are you on? Biggest thing is, what dosage are you on? Are you hitting your proper calories? Because if you're not, then you need to readjust your calories. I just started my other live so that people can go see that. Like, come here, go here. Let's see. Found you. I'm new. Okay, I read that one. Hi, Steph. Hi, everyone. You do morning and you've been okay. Yeah, let me know in the comments. What are you? Are you a night person? Are you a day person? What are you? Because I want to know. If you are coming in, I want you to come join me on my live. This is the handle for YouTube. I want to be able to support you and answer any questions that you have about your journey. And this is the way that you can come find me. So I'm going to leave this out for like 2-3 minutes, and then I'm going to get off this TikTok account. All right. 2.5. Okay, so if the 2.5 is no longer working for you and you're feeling like it's just not doing much for your system, then at that point you might want to have a conversation with your doctor about moving up to the next dose. Can you move up to the 5 milligrams? 0.25, then 5. Yeah. So if the starting dose, which is 0.25 and 2.5 isn't working, then you need to move on up. Come join me here. Friday in the morning, Thursday night. Tell me, what day do you take your injection? I'm a Friday girly. I've done Wednesdays and I've done Tuesdays before, but there's something about Friday, the day before my weekend, that if I need to rest, I can rest. Hey friends, we are talking, GLP content, the glow up content. It can't be talked about on this app anymore. So I am here on this app where it's totally free to speak freely and ask me whatever you want. If you need any help with anything on your journey, you can come ask here and it's welcome without any censorship. So I would love for you to come over here and join me. It's super easy. So come join me over here. Let's see. Friday here. Alicia said Friday, Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. Early morning. That is awesome. I'm glad that everyone has a different time of the day. And we got to remember, like, we are all going to have a different day, especially if we're somebody that takes it before a weekend. We want to have it earlier. Like, we want to have it so that we can have a good weekend. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I take mine um, like a few days early before my weekend so I can make sure I'm not eating the entire weekend as well. So I think everyone has a different, a little bit of a different um, situation. Hey, friends. So we are talking about the glow up medications on my YouTube, and I want you to come and feel supported. So if you want to come join me over here and just chit chat with me, let me know how you are feeling. If you are somebody that's considering it, come on over, ask the questions because I want you to feel the support. Sunday afternoon, I don't have any on Mondays. Oh, and the camera on Mondays. I'm a therapist. That's good. That's good. So you're at least able to find a day that works for you. Now, if you're here, let me know in the comments, what dosage are you on? What dosage are you on? How long have you been on the journey? Um, any back order updates? Are people still able to get Zep? So from when I looked at the shortages, it looks like 2.5 and just 2.5 was available of mounjaro and zepbound based on the shortage list. However, every other dose of zepbound and mounjaro say that they will be available by the end of Q2, which is the end of June. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think that's true. I do not think that this is going to be anytime soon over. I think we have a while to go before we see these medications being available. So I think if you are somebody that is struggling to get your dose, maybe think about it. Could you potentially be somebody who benefits from a compound? And I'm not trying to sell you on a compound or anything like that because I don't have any links here. But I guess that is the next topic of conversation is if you are having a shortage, can you consider compounding as an option? I would. I would. If that was my next option, and for me, I have an allergic reaction to it, but if it was my next option, I would go to compounds. That's just me, though. If you are coming in, we are not allowed to really talk about, the glow up stuff on here anymore. I am one of the creators that has been heavily targeted by the app. So I want you to come join me on YouTube where we can talk freely about this stuff. So I keep pointing to it because that's the handle. Every time that I try to have a live, I somehow always end up getting penalized for it. So come over here on YouTube. We have some friends over here. We're just answering questions freely without having to have repercussions about getting ourselves bananaed on the way. So come over here. It's fun over here. Hey Sabrina. Let's see. So yeah, as far as shortages, they're saying end of Q2. I'm gonna be honest with you, being on this medication since July of 2022, they always lie. They always somehow lie. There's no possible way they're gonna get every single dose available. It's gonna take a while. Come join me on YouTube. I have the sound turned off because I'm talking about the glow up, the glow ups, the glips. And if this AI catches me talking about it, it'll give me a violation. But on the YouTube app, we can talk freely about these topics without feeling like terrified that, we're going to get booted off the app. Let's see. Will all of your old posts be lost? So the majority of my old posts have already been muted. They took away the sound. If you go play one, it has no voice. I think there's maybe like less than 10 videos out of like a total of 200 that went without being like actually messed up. But the majority of them are like they just they're gone. I deleted a good amount, so I'm just at the point where I'm like, what's the point of having it on there if they don't like they're gonna give me violations. So they're retroactively giving violations to people who have GLP-1 content on TikTok. We thought that wasn't going to happen. We got told by a bunch of people who have like TikTok managers directly that old content was not going to be affected and no one was going to get violations on old content. That's not true. That's not true. A lot of us got it. You're thinking of going to compounding for shortages. Yeah. I think so many people are right now. They're just it's an option. 10 milligrams started 12/15/2023. And how much have you lost, Lisa? 5 milligrams started January 1st. And I'm telling you what, I bet you this is the best first New Year's resolution goal that you could ever stick to, where you're like, yes, this is working. Trust me, the first New Year's that I had, I it made me realize I'm not setting a New Year's resolution goal to lose weight this year. I just have to continue doing what I'm doing right now. It felt so I don't know, it was so interesting, like bittersweet at the same time, but it felt good. It felt good to know this year my goal isn't to go to the gym to be on a diet. Like none of that stuff. It was just I need to continue taking my medication and being on this treatment to change my life. It is working. I just need to continue being on it. So let me know in the comments, did any of you notice that? Because let's be honest, we're 5 months into the year now. We got to think about it. Did we feel that way? Been on MJ since September 2022, 7.5 for 13 months, maintenance for 16. Erica, congratulations. You're an OG. You finally got Zeppy. That's awesome. When are you starting? Does insurance pay for compounds? No, compound medications are paid out of pocket. So you do have to pay. From remembering with Mochi, they were somewhere between like 250 to like 400, but I know that there's other telehealths that have it a little bit cheaper. So it honestly really just depends on what you're looking for. 0.25 of Wegovy for now. All right. All right. And remember, if it doesn't work out for you, then you might need to move up to the next dose. Can I share about my journey, how you started, highs and lows of it all? So my journey began July 29th of 2022. I actually started on this medication after finding Weight Doc. She was actually doing a video talking about mounjaro and saying how mounjaro was going to be the next biggest thing and the biggest change coming up for people who had type 2 diabetes and people who also had issues with obesity. And I just remember sitting there listening to her, and I was already, like, on the edge thinking that I might be a type 2 diabetic, so just hearing her, like, I was like, "I think I need that," and I asked for it from my doctor, they said no, so I went right back to that post, and I found people talking to each other saying, "Hey, I'm going through Alpha Telehealth to get, Mounjaro," and I was like, "Oh my god, like, I should try that," and a part of me thought I was gonna get scammed. No lie, no lie. I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna pay this company." I think at the time you paid $39. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna pay this company $39 and they're gonna steal my money. They have my insurance information, they have all of my data, they're gonna steal it all." So I was in my feelings, just terrified about Alpha. So I put in all my stuff. They say, yes, I qualify. And I end up getting a message from my local CVS saying, your script has been received. It'll take 2 days to arrive. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't get scammed. And so I got the medication. I picked it up, had the $25 savings card because my insurance said no. And I picked it up in that same afternoon. I was like, all right, I'm doing it. I'm going to give myself this shot. Trust me, you are not the only one that feels terrified, thinking, what am I injecting into my body? Is this a good idea? Back then, there really weren't conversations about side effects. So it was just like, all right, let's do this. Like, there was not a lot of stuff. So I just did the shot, I did it on my stomach, and I was skeptical. I was like, "This is probably not going to work, but we're gonna try it," and it ended up working. I mean, within that very first week, I think I lost, like, 2 to 3 pounds, and even then, I was just like, "Oh, it's probably water weight." I did have some nausea, um, but but it was just the start, and then every week after that, I realized, "Hey, I didn't binge this week. I didn't have a binge eating episode." So that's the other part about me. If you are newer to me and you don't know, and you just kind of found my channel, I have a binge eating disorder. So aside from having PCOS and issues with like being a pre-diabetic originally, I also had a binge eating disorder that I wasn't really sure what it was because I never got an official diagnosis. I just know the behaviors. I am a psychologist, so I know what those behaviors look like when it comes to children. And so I remember myself getting triggered by moments of emotion or anxiety and just going for food and eating until I couldn't stop. And then the next time it would happen all over again. So I would say when it comes to like the highest of the highest, anytime that I got on that scale and I noticed the weight moving, that was a high. Like I always took it as a positive. When I realized that I could walk a little further and feel good, when I would notice clothing fitting differently or like a non-skill victory, those were always my positives, and I kept those as a positive. I always found a way to motivate myself. The lowest of the lowest for me were watching other people be successful. Okay, reverse that. Watching other people be successful for their bodies. I was successful. I didn't realize that I was being successful. So I took that really hard. I didn't understand why I wasn't losing like multiple pounds or hitting like 8 or 9, and everybody was hitting these high numbers and they were doing so good, and my chart would be like point 0.5, 1, 2, and I would always try to compare myself to other people, ultimately making myself feel like I was less of a person, or I wasn't successful enough. That was a low for me. Now, obviously, in this journey, I realize you were fine, girl. You were doing fantastic for your body, for your frame, and everything was fine. But it's really hard. That part is hard. It's hard for us to see other people having these really high amounts, and we're still down here. And we're like, but why am I here? Like, I want to be there. But it took a while for me to realize that frames are so different from person to person. So that was me. Um, let's see. So if you don't know, like I said, I've lost a total now of 75 pounds. 67 of those were in the first 6.5 months. I've been on maintenance for 19 months using 7.5. And no, not 19 months, 16 months. 16 or 17 using 7.5. The highest dose I ever got to was 10 milligrams. You're waiting for your insurance to approve. Have you tried giving them a call? Yes, that's why you're seeing creators who have no sounds. So if there are creators who you are finding that have no sounds on their video, that means TikTok is already in the process of removing their content by not letting you hear it. It's not even the music thing. It's they're taking the sound away. They don't want people to like know about that content. So I was one of the very first people that I realized it was happening to me when I realized mostly I would say about 90% of GLP-1 content had no voice. Like it's quiet, and I'm like, "But why? Like, but why me?" And so you're seeing other creators now coming out and saying, "I've been shadow banned. People aren't seeing me. I have very little engagement." And I'm like, this has been happening to some of us for months. You just don't know about it because we could never come back out and share with you because you would never see it." So they're actively doing it. You're down 33 pounds, Lisa, and 8 to 13 to go. Keep going, girl. You got this. What does maintenance look like for you? I'm on 10 milligrams now. My pharmacy was out and had to order it. Luckily, it took 5 days. Thank you, HEB. That's amazing. Finally hit 30 after 22 weeks. I have lost about a pound a week after the first month, and that's normal. That is so normal that your body kind of gets to a point where it becomes very regular. So you're going to see your body kind of get to that point where it's going to be like zero point 0.5 pounds, a pound, 0.25 pounds, and you're just like, come on, move quicker. but it's because at that point your body's trying to find that amount that is willing to let go of it. Like your body wants to like let go and say, this is okay. I think I've been stalling because of stress. I dropped 40 so easily in the fall. It could be that, or it could be that your body gets to a point where it slowly releases. Me, hi, you've not been successful at all, but I believe it has a lot to do with my constant on and off due to shortages. That could happen as well. If you're not consistently on the medication, then your body is having to work harder. Has anyone taken the medicine, reached your goal, and then stopped taking the meds? There are a few creators that I have seen that have done that, that like have been successful at getting completely off of it and being fine. I don't remember their names very well. I know that there's a few out there floating around. Hi, Leah. What do you mean slowly releases? So as you get further into your weight loss and you're not like at the water weight stage, so, all right, let me go back. So, when you're first in the beginning of your journey, your body is letting go of more water weight and slowly transitioning into fat. So, you see those higher amounts, super higher amounts of weight loss being released. And as you are going into your journey and spending more and more time on a dose or on any dosages, your body kind of starts to slow down on the weight loss and you start seeing smaller amounts, like smaller, more minute amounts. That's what I mean. And it doesn't matter if you get to 15 milligrams or you think, hey, I'm on 5 right now. If I get to 15 as quickly as I can, I'm gonna lose more. It doesn't work that way. It means you're just gonna put your body on a really high dose and it might not do anything for you. Just make you sick. Let's see. Did they share why? They haven't been openly sharing with us as to why our content is being muted. They're basically in the process of, taking the entire content for GLP-1 medications, weight loss, whether it's bariatric, medication induced, or, heavy exercise induced. All those areas have now fallen under disordered eating, so that's what they call it. And so we're pretty much getting the boot. We're getting the boot. Thank you so much for everyone that is liking the live, sharing the live. If you want to hit that link somewhere down there, or not link, little heart, I would appreciate it. It just tells YouTube that we are having a good live. My insurance copay is great. I just wish it was available. Yeah, you might need to call and check the back of your insurance to see if your pharmacy benefits manager, by any chance, can they put it on a home delivery. You have stopped for 3 months and started gaining back, so I'm on maintenance. Yeah, some of us have to be on maintenance for the remainder of our life because we have a condition that affects our body, which is called a metabolic disorder for some of us. So, I think it's just you have to know early on if you're gonna get on this medication, could you need this for the rest of your life? They just put mine through today for approval, but I'm willing to pay for FSA or HSA. Girl, I would still check in with them. I would check in with them. What is compound? Compounds are basically, um, okay, so branded medications are the pens. We all know they're the pens. That means they are branded to Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk. They're the manufacturers of these medications, these pharmaceuticals, and they sell directly to pharmacies only. So, compounded medications are when compounding pharmacies are able to access and get the recipe for the brands, and they're able to source out the peptides. So, in mounjaro and zepbound, it's terzepatide, and in Ozempic and Wegovy, it's semaglutide. So at some point, the compounding pharmacies are able to get access to that recipe and source out those peptides. And what they do is they order the supplies, they reconstitute it back in a lab, like they have their own labs that are FDA approved for some of them, and then they make that reconstituted amount either with a B6 or a B12 vitamin or a clear liquid, and it comes in little tiny vials like this, and you use an insulin syringe to inject yourself. Now, being devil's advocate, there are cons and pros to everything. So a lot of people say, well, they're not FDA regulated. And when it comes to that, neither is baby formula, but neither are supplements like vitamin supplements, and we still take them. So my biggest thing when it comes to compounds, and I say this all the time, it doesn't matter about the affiliation. Make sure you are getting your compounded medications through a FDA approved compounding pharmacy. That matters so that matters so much. So make sure that that company is um, being monitored by the FDA for sterility, and that they're doing good practices. So a lot of people tend to go to med spas, and sometimes with med spas, you don't know where it came from. Please don't go to Groupon.com. Please don't go to Wish.com and order any compound from there. Always go through a telehealth or a doctor. Your doctor can actually work with a compounding pharmacy. A lot of people don't know this. I was sharing this a lot on TikTok. Your doctor, if they choose to and they want to, most of them actually work with a compounding pharmacy because sometimes they need medications that have no dyes. If especially if somebody has an allergy to dye, they will work with a compounding pharmacy instead to get a medication for a person. So ask them. You never know. You can cut out, some extra fees involved if you really want to. But that is pretty much the difference between compound and branded. So with the branded, you're getting the auto injectors. You just put it on your skin like an EpiPen, push a button, it goes in. With the compound, you are actually dosing a certain amount of units and injecting yourself every week. My husband just yelled at her daughter. So does the company you use have medicine plus nutrition, or is there a membership fee in the or is it a membership fee? Sorry, with the med. So Tracy, I use Mochi Health. I'm actually a patient with them. I get branded through them. Now they have compounding options if you want them. So in order to be with them, you have to do like the nutrition plus medicine plan, unless you just want a nutritionist alone. Nutritionists don't prescribe from what I understand. So, yes, there is a membership fee that I pay. I pay $79 every single month to see my provider so that they can continue to prescribe me mounjaro. When I was getting compounded through them, I was paying the $79 plus the compounding. Now, I'm content with my telehealth because I want that ability to get the branded if I want the branded. So I did try for a period of time to switch over to compounding and it just did not work for my system. So I liked just talking to my doctor and saying, "Hey doc, I want to go back to branded. This isn't working. Here's what I have going on." And they can prescribe it. Some telehealths, depending on who you're with, may or may not have that ability to prescribe branded. So I think that's another conversation that you want to have in the back of your head. Do you think you slow down the closer you get to a healthy BMI? Yes, absolutely. Mine slowed down like ridiculously to a point where at one point I was losing like 0.25 pounds and I was just like, all right, I will reach my goal at some point, whenever. But I even took that as a win. Insurance stopped paying for meds. Yeah, so just I guess think about it. If you're not going to go with branded at all, then maybe going with a telehealth that just as compounding might be an option if you're trying to cut those costs. Yeah. Oh, that's what I have. It have the A? What do you mean the A? It is freezing in Ohio? Is it cold? It's cold here. You have the syringe. So if you have a syringe, like the little, insulin syringes, then you're on compound. If you have the pens where you go to your local pharmacy and you pick it up there, then you have branded. That's pretty much the differences. Now, a lot of people say they love compounds because they feel good on them, or they pair it with a B6 or a B12. Like if you have a pinkish solution, you most likely have a vitamin in yours. And like I said, I'm on branded. It's just because that's what my body chose. I don't have insurance coverage. I pay about 550 per month plus the $79 doctor's visit because that's what works for me. So I guess I'm on terzepatide, but I'm on the branded version. I get it from my doctor, but I have to pay out of pocket. So he prescribes it, but you just have to pay out of pocket. Hi, Regina. How are you? Mine does not come in powder or a constituting. I'm gonna be very honest with you. If you are at any point playing Breaking Bad in your bathroom or in your kitchen, having to reconstitute something, that's a big red flag. That is 100% a red flag, and I'm gonna give you some like little sister advice. Please find a telehealth that works with a compounding pharmacy directly that already sends you your stuff ready to go. Do not reconstitute things in your bathroom. That is a recipe for disaster, and it's just never a good idea. I've had friends actually tell me that their friends get it reconstituted from like China or something else. And I'm like, how do they know that they're getting terzepatide? How do they know they're getting semaglutide if it's coming overseas? With compounding pharmacies, they have to keep a certain sterility level. They have to meet certain standards set by the FDA. I would rather have somebody like have a doctor that I could chase down. If something goes wrong, I want a doctor's license that I can go after. I want to be able to go after somebody if anything goes wrong with my medical treatment. At the end of the day, we have to remember these treatments are crossing into your blood. You're literally injecting your body with something. And if you don't know what you're getting or don't have anybody to go back after if something happens, what do you do then? What do you do then? So I'm a very big person when it comes to these treatments of finding an actual provider. Do not just order things from the internet. I always say, please don't even just go to like any random profile. And if they're just telling you to like enter that your credit card number and pay for it right there without ever having to see a provider or like have a provider attached to your medication, that's a red flag. All right, I think I caught up. My doctor works with one, he has Ozempic and mounjaro. Yeah, so I always tell people, make sure you are also contacting your medical provider because you never know, they might actually work with a compounding pharmacy. Many people don't know that. Thank you so much to everyone that is coming in, and don't forget to hit the little heart button. I would appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, come subscribe. It's totally free. You can always join me on lives. I love sharing about this stuff and just, talking about it because it
I gotta
matters.
say, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I touched my TikTok. I touched my TikTok. Yes, compounded medications is dangerous. Now, there's a difference between, like, you having to dose, like, out of the vial versus you having to mix powders with clear liquids. That's a no-no. So glad after 16 years as a diabetic, I have found something that controls my A1C so well and loving the weight loss 29 pounds since Christmas Day. Oh, I'm so happy for you. So I've shared a lot during my journey. My stepdad is a type 2 diabetic, and I have seen the struggles of a diabetic that is uncontrolled. He did not like taking medications, and once he finally found the medication that worked for him, he tried, metformin for a little while. It made him super sick. But once he found Trulicity, just watching this man's life completely change, like the light back in his eyes, him finally feeling good, it's so amazing. Now, my dad didn't take it for weight loss. He was already a very thin and slender man. So I want to make sure people understand you can be a slender person and have type 2, have type 1. You don't have to be overweight. A lot of people think that that's the stigma of it, right? The stereotype. Some people actually are not. And you would never guess it. You would never guess it. My father, like I said, he's not an overweight man. He did not lose any weight on GLP-1s. He just has issues severely regulating his blood sugar. And when he gets off of it, like he misses it by like 1 week, the spikes are out of control. So it makes me really happy to see, type 2 diabetics that finally find a medication and it works for them. It's 58 degrees and raining. Yes, that's how it is here. It's disgusting. It is disgustingly cold. So tonight I'm having a little bit of pineapple and peach juice with some water, about that much water, and some pineapple peach juice. Peach juice is interesting, but it actually tastes really good. So keep asking all the questions. I'm going to touch base on another topic that I feel like is not talked about as much. So I like doing these lives, not because I want to push a telehealth on you. Like, as you can see, I don't have anything linked. My lives have always been, how can I help support the community? How can I embrace everyone and answer questions? Like, I want you to feel heard and supported. So that's why I used to do these lives a lot when my account still worked. But the next topic of conversation that I'm going to bring in is eating. A lot of people don't understand that you have to eat on these medications